COVERSTAFF PSA organisation. From left, Tang Ming from Hong Kong to serve. Darren Rahul Pragasam, Malaysia to receive. It's the 5 games. Level.
Whoa. So I'm expecting to just see similar trends as we saw yesterday. Darren looking to pick the ball off and go short. And for Darren to attack that front right side, which he's doing. Nice rally there, good strap, good cross-court kill.
1-4.
One area that Darren needs to work on is his defence on his backhand. Be interesting to see if Tang exploits that. Tang's a little less explosive than ever, but very solid. It does take the ball on his forehand volley, so Darren will have to keep the ball off his racket.
So for those just joining, two players here, Darren being 20 and Tang, I believe, being 26. Darren 165 in the world currently, has been as high as 133, and Tang Ming from Hong Kong currently 113, being as high as 107. So big points for the both of them, and 100 points if they win this match, and a decent bit of cash on the sides. So I think both looking for a maiden title today, and should be very well contested.
Nice use of the height there from Darren. Jumps on the volley.
So we saw Darren's forehand yesterday. A number of points in that front right. Do you think Tang will be trying to avoid that at all costs, or do you think it being, Tang's front backhand, do you think he'll back himself in that area of the court?
Well, we're seeing...
there it is there, that short straight drop.
We're seeing that Tang's already played down to the front right a number of times.
Yep.
So he would surely be aware of the risk.
There's that one. Yeah.
He's done it again, but he'd be aware of that risk and backing himself to cover that. He needs to take Darren forward. No one wins top PSA matches by playing length only.
Exactly.
You have to take your opponent forward if you want to break them down. And Tang knows the risk.
He's an experienced campaigner. I don't feel he's afraid of moving the ball around the court. He's confident in his movement, and no fear with many of the shots as we saw yesterday. Not afraid to go short on short and play from the back of the court, opening up when he feels like it. Wolves' tactics changed today. It's hard to know, but so far he's not looking too shy.
Nice.
Use of height there from Tang on the forehand. Looks nice as a left-hander, doesn't it, that one?
Moving very smoothly again, Tang. Very good, getting into those front positions.
Yeah. It's nice racket head speed from the left-hander there, just whipping it past Darren, not getting the hand up fast enough.
Great pick up there.
Thank you.
Unlucky there. I thought he got to that. Got to that with plenty of time, but obviously not following through enough.
Good start to this match. Both players moving the ball around. Pretty good quality so far. Nice kill.
So strength area again.
4-3.
Slightly longer traditional rallies compared to yesterday. Obviously, both players trying to set a tone early on, trying to get a feel for each other.
We see Darren earlier doing the hold punch on the forehand a lot. Very effective shot. May not look as good on the broadcast, but very, very effective. I know Chris struggled with it. Had to do a lot of extra meters in this quarterfinal match. That's a lovely touch there.
So these boys never met on the PSA. So new territory for both of them, and being in a final.
Great shot.
That ball staying very short now, just out of the reach of Tang.
5-4.
Tang's a bit lucky there.
We saw this bit of traffic in this area of the court yesterday with Evan and Darren. Glenn maybe trying to set the tone early as the ref. He does like to jump off that ball on that forehand, doesn't he, Darren? As soon as he plays it, stepping back.
Well, it's nice to see a player attacking. Attacking in that area, and
Tang losing a bit of concentration here. 2 freebies to bring up 7-4. Can't afford to give the middle area of those games away like that.
Pick up. Another holding punch.
Yeah.
Starting for exam. 8-4.
Nice length.
Start to 10.
Yeah.
And out.
Much doubt about that decision.
5-8.
Both players working here. It's warm. We're 8 minutes into the
Great
match,
shot.
and whilst they've both been shooting,
Yeah.
we've still had some good, long, high-quality rallies. That's a nice
Great
attack.
cut in that one. Could hear the strings singing from upstairs.
Not afraid to play that corner, Tang. I like his lack of fear. He knows it's a strong area for Darren. Doesn't worry about it. Nice length.
So maybe a little bit of lapse in concentration here from Darren.
Good discussion there between player and ref.
Yeah, he thought about that one again, looking for the shutout there, but overcooking it.
Is that a new word, John? Overcooking it.
It's a term we use often here at XL, isn't it? Cooking it.
intensity's gone up a gear here.
Yep. 8-9.
Nice length there. Good defence from Darren.
Just picking some balls up here. It's good work. Definitely hunting on that forehand.
Nice length from Tang.
Stuff here towards the end of this set.
Good defense from Darren.
Tang doing pretty well towards the end of the set to nullify. Yeah. Should try and hit that one, I think. Bit of a soft ass there from Tang.
An error judgment.
Yep.
I
think Darren will look for the first opportunity here as soon as this ball's loose. Oh, nice. He hit a few of those yesterday, didn't he? Mostly on the forehand. He did. That one being on the backhand. It's a nice shot on this court, as we know.
I mean, Tang hits a nice ball, nice open racket face.
Yeah.
Not as clean or as fast as some, but definitely gets a lot of good cut on the ball.
Oh, there you go again.
What's the replay? John? Hard to tell that one. Thoughts?
Yeah, it looked like a bit of a... Maybe it hit the joint almost on the front wall. Hard to tell, but I think a let ball is reasonably fair in that decision. I certainly couldn't tell from up here. Darren obviously feeling the opposite. Doing well there to pick that one up, trying to keep his hopes alive on the back foot.
Good explanation from Glenn there.
I feel Darren is not clearing that one as best he should and getting punished for it, really. Tang doing really well here to bring this back. Getting close to the 15-minute mark. Crucial first game.
Well, Darren punished for his movement there.
Am I supposed to run away outside because behind me? You can't just walk into me every time I ask for a stroke. This is my team. What about the good ball?
Well, we've had this argument with some of our own players where they believe they have the right to go back to the tee, and what we know is that's not in fact
not
the case.
No. Yeah.
You have to provide your opponent access to the ball,
Yep.
and if you're going straight back to the tee on their line, that's a stroke.
Yeah.
It's a failure to clear.
I think
and
Darren trying to explain there, if the ball is loose and he's hit a good enough shot, that he can step back into the line.
Yeah.
Whereas Glenn explaining that it's not the case, and Tang getting the benefit of that. But to be fair, I think Darren he was punished 3 or 4 times there, not correcting himself, and he's paid the price, really, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's hard to know. He's got the message now,
Yep.
and he's got Manu Yam coaching him over there, presumably getting him to process that in his own head. But he's got the message, and he's got to adapt. He didn't adapt at the end of that game. I think he felt he could keep doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
But it's 100% clear what he needs to do, and if he keeps backing into the line, going back to the tee, he's going to get punished in this game.
Which is exactly what happened. Yeah.
Now, we've got to give credit to Tang.
He kept quiet, but he kept in there, didn't he?
He's not showing a lot of emotion. What we're seeing here is walking back to the court, Darren shaking his head, looking at the referee. Generally not a good sign.
No.
It might help fire him up, but if I was his coach, I'd be pretty upset with that reaction.
Yeah, Darren, I feel, has to adapt here. He can't bring back into the second game the demons he was fighting with in the first, so... But I think that just feeds his confidence, when you're on court and you see an opponent's body language, and they can't accept or move on. It's a good feeling, seeing your opponent show those signs. So I think that'll fire Tang up a bit.
As we know, when we coach junior athletes, they always, if they vent or carry on, they feel they're entitled to do it.
Yeah.
And then when it happens to them, when they're winning, we say, well, how does it feel to have that much confidence from your opponent? And then they realise they're done to do it themselves. So we saw that here, but still, Darren's back. Favourite front
forehand.
Nice hold and punch. That's good, that's Darren.
Bit heavy on that drop, and then Darren pouncing onto it with the quick low cross court. Tang looking as calm as ever out there. So 15-minute first game. Quick 3 points already.
Well, there's a term that we used to use back in the day, and Tang is absolutely inscrutable. You can't tell what he's thinking.
No.
You can't tell if he's fresh as a daisy or dying on his feet.
Yeah. Sign of experience in a player. But as we said yesterday, Tang's been on tour for 9 years. He's been around that 100 mark for a good couple of years now, so he's played a lot of hard matches. Been a number of situations like this, I'm sure.
Squeeze.
Whether it be at national level or PSA level. So he clearly understands the value of hiding some of his motions. Dodgy pick up there from Darren.
That was a decent milk from Darren.
Yeah, bit of milkage there. The old wraparound.
To be fair, it did
The wing
bounce,
came out, chicken wing.
Didn't bounce twice until it came onto the tee. So
Quick response with the dying length there, off the serve. It's tidy.
4-4.
Bit of a quiet start here in the second, but do feel as though it could heat up again any moment with that ball being down. Yeah, definitely bouncing up.
to take Tang back in the second game after a quick start from Darren.
Yeah. Looks like he's hitting his length a bit better now. Tang trying to take a step forward on the tee. Yeah, it's a great rally from Tang, really. keeping Darren stuck behind him and then working for the straight volley short finish.
Very nice technique on that forehand volley
Yep,
drop.
right out in front of him.
Out in front, open face.
Textbook really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice. That ball bouncing perfectly into the sidewall on the second bounce.
So Tang showing a lot of quality here, both mentally in terms of soaking up pressure
Yep.
and technically in terms of his shot production.
Yeah.
And he's got into a nice 3-point cushion.
Yeah, Darren in need of a response here. 7-4. He's just sort of flatlined a bit. Hasn't been making a lot of noise. I think he'll be looking for a bit of a confident shot here soon. A nice lob there from Tang.
Yeah.
And the guess there from Darren. Never a good sign to see your opponent guessing. Tang looking confident here. 9-4 now.
Great length.
Oh, nice.
Great touch.
Soft hands there.
5-9.
Darren needing to fire up now. 5-9. Bit ambitious there from Tang.
Hand up.
I think Darren's feeling a bit hard done by now by the ref. You can see his body language there, just shaking his head.
Yep.
Oh,
Slotted.
quite as those pancakes I made this morning, wasn't it, John?
Sure was, brother.
Not so much from Tang, though, unfortunately.
No, that was a shocker. Tang needs to be a bit careful here. He's got a huge lead, but it's giving Darren a bit of confidence, and it's he may regret it.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
So Darren again complaining to the ref as walking off court. Maybe not moving on from that first game there. Looking a bit flat in the second.
Yeah, I think regardless of one's view and opinion, the reality is that if players don't move on from these things, and if we can see it affecting their performance, then, as I say, as a coach, you're disappointed by that. You really want to see athletes focus on what's in front of them. And Darren's showing signs that he's not doing that well enough at the moment.
Yeah.
There's still plenty of time to come back. We've had 23 minutes, reasonably lengthy 2 games, but neither player is broken down yet, so still plenty of opportunity to come back.
Yeah, not massively physical so far, but feeling as though this third one could be a fiery one. Darren's going to look for a strong start, I feel. And, get his arm loose again, maybe get a feel.
Well, the first thing he's got to do is clear his head
Yeah.
and become quite sure about what he's doing and why. Go back to what he was doing at the start of the first game, working that front forehand corner, looking for those shots, attacking that side, taking the ball early. Those reaction volleys that he did yesterday in the first part of the first game, he needs to find those again if he wants to get back into this match.
Yeah, a bit of a mental battle for Darren at the moment, so be interesting to see how he responds here. Yeah, he's in a final, his first final.
That's tight.
That is tighter.
Great response. Got a bit of poetry on the live stream from Paul Ascot. Tang very strong, not doing much wrong.
I don't
Thoughts on the poetry?
I don't even think he would have realised that one. But if he did, credit for that one. But no, he's very right. Not doing a huge amount wrong right now. Can't really argue with the scoreline. I just feel as though Darren's not helping himself at all in this match.
Yeah, too high for a stroke, that one.
1-4.
He's ran into the player there.
Yeah.
And there was a line to the ball, he didn't take it. That was a very silly move from him, and given his argument with the ref, it's only going to hasten his demise, I believe.
Clear line to go front, not to play. Hand out.
Again, Darren feeling hard done by, but I feel as though he was looking for the player there on that one as well. So he's got to get past these things if he wants to have any hope in this match.
Well, not only for this
better
match,
from him.
but for his future career.
Yeah.
One of the best players of the last few years, Kareem Abdel-Jabbar, had difficulties with referees' decisions, and he sat down with the top referees, worked on those aspects that he needed to improve, and 2 years later won the world champs. Darren's got to do something similar. He's got to work the stuff out.
Yep.
Otherwise, it will plague him for the rest of his career.
And Tang doing well to play through that one. You see, most players would stop and ask for a let there and be looking for a stroke, but you see there the benefit of just playing one more shot, and Darren nowhere near it.
That's a good attack.
Hand out. 3-4.
If he can keep doing that, Darren gets back in the game.
Good hustle from Tang. Oh, he's bowled him there.
Good choice from Darren.
Yorker on the knees. Tidy, very tidy straight drop there from Tang on his forehand.
Well, he also had an opportunity to ask for a lead on a ball at the front there, and he played it again. So he's definitely reacted to the referee's tone and is playing more and more balls.
Again, I think a sign of maybe a bit more experience. Just focus on what his intent is, and definitely working so far.
Well, Darren's shown the benefit of straight again. Hold and punch again from Darren.
Changing his mind on that one.
He's still
very tidy.
too tight.
Very tidy short shot from them.
So
Four first into the sidewalk.
Yeah, it's a smart play, and because Tang was coming laterally to the ball, it's hard to scrape it. Short on short from Darren, couldn't cover it. Tang plays the flick and gets the point.
So we're at the mid stage now. 6-5.
Nice lob.
done well there to pick that up.
Darren's hoping for
Doesn't want to give Tang too much time. It's a good lift though. Trying to use a bit more height now, Darren. Get himself back in front.
both players using height well.
Ah, he's unfortunate there. First real sign of emotion from Tang though. The cheeky come on fist pump.
Well, he can see the finish line. 2 left, 6 all, 5 points to go. A little bit of firing up right now. Wouldn't go and miss it if he can control it, and he's got the perfect width there.
He's very fortunate there. Darren definitely feeling hard done by in this match. First time we've seen a slight labour movement, but been picking most of those up.
Yeah, well played, Tang.
That's a great dying length.
Well, he's had good length all week, Tang. He's adapted to the court, the conditions. He's got warmer each day. He's played earlier each day.
So Darren looking for a second wind here in this third set. Not wanting to go down without a fight.
Oh, that's a great shot.
And that's a great counter shot there.
But Darren definitely turning up the volume. He's got a few supporters here.
9-8 now. That's good. I think the crowd wants to see this go at least another set. Big point here, 9-all.
This time.
Both players working for the opening here. Pace picking up just a touch. And he's just forced it a bit, I feel.
Yeah, it wasn't necessary.
It's a tight rally and Tang losing his patience first. But that shot has worked for him all match so far. Nonetheless, Darren bringing up his first game ball to push it out to 4. Will he convert first time? Another good length from Tang.
Yeah, good D from Darren though on that one.
Tight work down this left wall. Oh, he's just
Tang makes the error.
a bit unlucky really. I think just not following through on that one. Thought about it too much. But paying the price. So, going into a 4th set now.
We saw Tang overplay a couple of shots towards the back end of that game,
Yep.
and it didn't pay off for him. It never does. So we have a match, ladies and gentlemen. It was looking like 3-love, but Darren's fought his way back in.
Yep.
Tang made a couple of injudicious decisions and made the unforced errors. So it'll be interesting to see how Tang deals with that. Will he recover from that? Will he regather his composure, go back to his knitting, or is Darren truly back in this match?
Yeah, big start I feel in this 4th game. Both players going to need a strong start. But it's a long way back though for Darren. 2-love down. We've seen it done before though. A real mental test for Darren, I feel.
Yeah, well, he obviously passed the first paper in the test, if we can say that. We thought he was struggling to maintain focus, and he found enough to get back into that game, and then really the referee wasn't in the game at all. I don't think there were any decisions in the back half of that game.
So Darren, I feel maybe getting a bit more confidence now. and he'll be looking for a strong start. Definitely feel like the pace is going to be nice and high now. It's really that time where you got to keep your foot on the pedal, don't you?
Well,
leads 301. Pragasam to serve. Double.
Darren chopping it in. Nice.
Oh, it's too tight.
Very tight, very short.
Can't get the racket on that one, unfortunately. Just running straight down the wall. Interesting serve from Darren.
Yep. Oh, that's too good.
Yeah, definitely had the fishing rod out there on that one. That one's staying very short.
Too short.
And
nice length from Darren. That's a danger zone for Tang.
again, that area of the court's been a strength area from Darren. Little chinge up there from him. I love it.
Nice great
ripping boast, yeah.
boast, yeah.
Tang just not reading that one. I don't think he actually thought it was going to go up.
Well, Tang certainly slowed down quite a bit here,
Yeah.
and he started playing shots that he wasn't playing before.
Yep.
He's opening the court up a lot more, and it's we would normally say it's a sign of fatigue. Really, he's lost a bit of concentration. Oh, great shot.
Yeah, definitely too good. That ball's staying very short.
Well, more importantly, tight, Joel. So whether it's short or not, it's hard to do much with it. It's a very safe shot to play.
Darren trying to bump the pace up again here, taking a few quick volleys across the middle. Definitely getting in front more in these last two sets than he was in the first.
Yep. Oh, nice touch there.
It's good hustle.
Yeah.
Using height a bit better as well now.
Well, it's a good rally, this one. Good variations of height and pace. I don't think Darren really hits the ball that hard, but he creates pace, taking it early, volleying.
Well, he puts a lot of cut in the ball too, doesn't he, when he's going short? Doing well to move around each other in this rally, actually.
That will be a stroke.
Yeah. That ball is coming back at Darren there, into the middle of the court.
Sitting up in the service box, and it's just not a good enough shot. He's got to get out of the way,
Yeah.
or play a better shot.
It's quite a physical rally, that one. Who will that favour?
Well, it's hard to tell. They both are showing signs of having had a decent workout.
Darren's got to refocus there. He's done well though.
Nice
He's
finish.
done well though. Still getting involved with the referee.
That was a difficult one. I have a sneaky suspicion that if Darren hadn't won that point, we would have played a lead on it.
Sure.
Pick up.
Sure.
Which is not me saying I think it was down. It was just...
That ball absolutely glued to the side wall there.
First obvious error from Tang in terms of thinking the ball was down or out.
And that one is out, unfortunately. So 2 quick points for Darren, which is good. Tang having to absorb a bit of pressure here in this third set. And we see a wayward error there from Darren.
Absolute brain fart from Darren there.
Quite a mental set, this one. I feel both players.
Hand out, 5 ball. 5 ball. I just called 5 ball, but I thought I had that wrong. I think it was actually 4-5. 5-4. 5 ball now. 5 ball. You weren't leaving. Sorry, I called 5 ball before you served this last rally. You lost it. Was actually 4-5, 5-4 at that stage. Now 5 ball. I didn't call it wrong.
So Darren getting distracted again by
A bit of confusion there with the score.
Yeah.
And
that's almost hit the floor.
we see 2 errors into the floor almost from Darren. Not a good sign. Just feeding his opponent with a bit of confidence.
Oh, it's a good pick up. Great rally.
Done well to straighten it there.
Oh, nice hands, nice touch.
Oh, it's a great
What an
pickup from
amazing
Tang. Darren's got to refocus here.
He's hitting good shots. Oh, that's some nice length.
Yeah. It's a good rally for Tang. Exploding onto that one.
7-5.
Patient play.
Well, he's still got good speed around the court, even after 40 minutes of pretty hard squash. It's quite impressive to watch.
Yeah, definitely a few harder rallies in this set. I have to say, being a squash fan, I would love to see this go to 5. He's finding his length a bit better though in Tang. Great shot, great shot. Good finish.
So there's still some meat on the bone here, Joel. This game's not over. Darren's still firing. I thought he played that point very well. He's very composed. Didn't let the calls get to him. He just played this.
Yeah, just resetting his targets, I think, and definitely a trend he needs to keep going if he wants to have more success in this set.
A little bit of cat and mouse here. That's a great shot.
It's a good pick up.
Darren doing some work now.
Needing to find his length again here, Darren. The ball's just falling a little bit short onto Tang's racket.
Good rally from Tang, very patient.
8-6.
Hit very good lengths, stepped the pace up, forced the error.
Yep. We might be seeing a tactical shoelace here.
Yeah, the old master's call here, drop the ball or tie the shoelace. Definitely, it looks like he's triple, quadruple
classic,
knotting
isn't
that.
Maybe check the left shoe as well, no?
No, he'll save that for the next point,
Yeah.
my prediction.
Smart move.
Nice length from Tang.
Yeah, that's too good there from Tang. So he's edging it out 9-6 now.
Nice
Seeing a
lead.
bit of Darren in these last few points.
Well, he's just hit good lengths, ball a little slower, and he's found his length, and Darren's given him 4 match balls.
10-6.
So we're seeing 3 errors into the 10 this set from Darren at crucial times.
Oh!
And out. 7-10. Back ball.
Stroke.
Stroke to bring us up. 8-10. Back ball.
Suddenly it gets interesting, Joel. Bit more pace from Tang. Got to maintain his accuracy though.
Stroke 13.
Oh my goodness. Surprise call there, but Darren not clearing.
Contact stroke 3 for 11 blocking.
That's game match. Well done.
What an interesting finish to that one, but
What do you say? Is it repeatable? What do you say? Surely PSA complaint there. I'm not sure what Darren said at the end there, or whether I can repeat it, but might be wise if he says a few kind words after the match, because PSA generally don't look too kindly in that kind of thing. A good hard match there. Tang deserving, calm, composed, moved well, played his game.
Playing those bigger points a bit better than Darren, I feel. You know, a few crucial errors, and just letting the pressure get to him, and Tang staying a bit more calm in those pressure scenarios, and ultimately that's paid off for him, hasn't it?
Well, thanks, Joel, for helping out with commentary. Thanks to COVERSTAFF Recruitment for their sponsorship and their support. James Flynn, Elvis, one of our club members here. I really appreciate their support in putting this event on.
Yep.
It's great for our players, great for New Zealand pros to have this opportunity to play these PSA tournaments and come up against these overseas players. And we look forward to a pretty good series of events next year in the pipeline. Squash New Zealand, Squash Auckland, a number of the other districts, putting together a... Please like these videos and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow SQUASHXL on social media. Come to one of the camps at Excel or contact us for remote fitness coaching.